this point in our program, I would like to introduce you all to our keynote speaker for this program. So, Najah Bazzy is an internationally recognized healer, humanitarian, interfaith leader, healthcare consultant, professor, and founder of Zaman International. The nonprofit organization near Detroit empowers marginalized women and children to break the cycle of poverty and has helped nearly 500,000 people in the area and more than 5 million people in 26 countries since 1996. In recognition of her invaluable work and her significant contributions to society, Najah Bazzy received an honorary PhD from the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine. She has also been recognized worldwide, including as one of USA Today's Women of the Year, one of the top Muslim female thought leaders by Global Woman magazine, and People magazine's Women Changing the World, and as a 2019 CNN hero. She and her family appeared in the PBS film Muhammad, Legacy of a Prophet, which was viewed by over 15 million people when it premiered in the US, and has been seen by hundreds of millions worldwide. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Ms. Najah Bazzy.
Assalamu alaikum everyone wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. To the graduating class, wow, mashallah. How did you feel when you woke up this morning? Did you feel excited, or maybe a little bit fearful of what the future may hold? Not easy to leave a home like this and to expand your wings at the same time. It's so exciting to do that. Barakallahu feekum. I was thinking on the way here, by the way, Dr. Fadil, thank you for the invitation. I was thinking on the way here about how I wanted to express something that at least is very important to me. You know, I'm also born and raised in this country. My family's been here over 135 years. We're on the 5th generation of Muslims in America. And I hold very strong and dear to me the Muslim American identity. And I go in that order. Islam first, and everything else follows. And what I wanted to chat with you about a little bit today, not to bore you, not to be a commencement speaker that, talks about things that maybe are a little out there and not really realistic. But I just want to leave you with a few thoughts. And I'm looking at you directly because you are the stars of our day and our night this evening. I was thinking about how we were first formed before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts us in our bodies, how we are the souls that existed prior to this existence, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took an oath, a covenant with every single one of us, everyone in humanity, when He asked us, "Am I not your Lord?" And we said, "Yes, you are." And then we said, "Labbaik Allahumma labbaik." There are many times in life where there's a labbaik, a call, an answer. Today's one of those answers. You're answering the call of your education, of your mind. Remember something really important. Allah could have made you something else. He had that choice. We could have been made a cow, anything, a slimy thing, a mosquito. He could have made us anything. The fact that He made you who you are, that in and of itself is something for you to reflect on. The fact that you have an intellect, that you can choose Allah or not. The fact that you can make choices all day long, the choice to pray, the choice to fast, the choice to be in your deen, the choice to be Muslim, the intellectual choice, not just because you were born Muslim, because you intellectually embraced your deen. That's the real graduation today. When we're born and God puts us in the wombs of our mothers, there's a whole system that happens in that womb. You're taken care of. You're in this warm water, growing, swimming. Your food is provided for you. Everything that you need to grow from a fetus to a full-term baby is managed for you. All in the womb of your mothers. May you always respect them and pay tribute to your moms. But beyond that, you're born, and that mother and father are still feeding you. They're still clothing you. They're still teaching you until they have to release you to school. It's almost like an assembly line, if you think about it. It really is. Because on that assembly line, everybody's putting a piece into you to get you where you are today. And then your parents release you to your pre-K, and then your kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, to your principals, to your counselors. You're released to them, and they're all putting different parts in you. That's really powerful. And here you are today. You're a finished product, but yet never finished. We're never finished. We're always a work of art, God's art, and we're always a work in progress. Every day is a day to be something new. I didn't grow up to be a CNN hero. CNN even wasn't around when I was born. I grew up actually with very little. With a father that worked on the assembly line, and a mother that had 6 kids, one child who could never walk a day in his life, a grandmother who lived with us, and our doors open to anyone who came from Syria, Lebanon, and anywhere else that needed a place to stay. But when September came, we got 2 new dresses, pair of shoes, 1 coat. We'd go to school, but it was the best time of our lives because our teachers cared so deeply about us. And honestly, our home life was beautiful, and inshallah, your home life is beautiful, but it's your teachers who really shape you, pour themselves into you. And that's something that we can never thank enough. We couldn't have enough gratitude for those teachers. Some, of course, you feel closer to than others, but the fact that they can educate your mind and put you in a direction alongside of your family, it's a really powerful thing. So what's expected of you? What do you expect of yourself? This is a good question for you to think about today. I know some of you are already off to college, you probably have you've been selected, you're going places, but then what? Then what? What are you going to do? Graduate, make money, hopefully, inshallah, get married, find a life partner, have children, move back to Toledo, put your kids here at school, be the board members of this organization. So much you can do. Here's the thing. Whether you do something big or you do something small, you do it with love. And you do it with an intention and a niyyah, and that is Bismillah. You start everything with your Bismillah. Everything. I'd like for you to think about as busy as you are. Don't wait till you're like many of us, or 40, 50, 60, 70 years old before we remember when we go to sleep to also do dhikr of Allah. Always remember that you are dependent upon God for all things, and that He is with you, that your angels are with you, that you can do so much, but try to do what He wants you to do. And ask God for that. That's the secret. The secret is not, oh Allah, please help me with A, B, C, D, E, all the things I need. That's beautiful, and we need to ask. But the real secret's when you pivot in your life. And you're able to say, Allah, what do you want from me? Make me what you want me to be. Because He knows you best. And our return is to Him. And not to sound solemn at all, because it will be a beautiful return. But the time that we have on this earth, it's still a limited capacity. It's not an infinity. When I was in 8th grade, there was this thing called the key to success. So 8th grade, back then, you used to graduate from middle school at 8th grade, and, I'm sorry, 9th grade, and then you would go to high school in 10th grade. And so there was this ceremony where there's this big white key, and they wrapped it in red ribbon, and then like the outgoing graduate would give it to the incoming president of the class. And for some reason, the poem that was written on it stuck in my mind until this day. And I always say it to myself, and I always think about it. You've seen it around. It has several different authors, but one of the authors is Walt Whitman, so they say. But it goes something like this. And I just want you to listen to this for a minute. Just stay with me, and then I'll end. It says, the key to success is he or she who lives well, laughs often, and loves much, who's gained the respect of intelligent men and women, and the love of little children, who's filled his niche, accomplished his task, whether by an improved copy, a perfect poem, or rescued soul. But here's the best line. Who's looked for the best in others and given the best he or she has to give. That's all that's asked of you, is to give the best that you have to give. Having said that, I want you to just stand for a moment and don't feel awkward. And I want you to turn to your family for a moment, and I want you to applaud them for what they've been able to do for you, your teachers and your family. So please stand and you pay respect to them. I can tell you as a mother of 4, graduation, I was telling Dr. Fadia, I cry at every graduation, because there's just something about graduation that's unlike anything else, right? So I wish you well, I truly do. And inshallah, 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 I'm a firm believer that Islam is great for this country. And it can only be great for this country when we, as Muslimin, when we, as the mu'mineen, when we, as value-based people, are able to step forward. And that's what I love about what I see. When I'm in a hospital and I see physicians, Muslim men, women, in hijab, in universities, as professors, everywhere in the world, Muslims are shining despite the difficulties that we might be having in Palestine right now. And inshallah, Allah will solve that as well. But I want you to go in peace, every single one of you. And congratulations to you. Make God proud. I'm not going to say make us proud. Take care of your Lord, and everything else will follow after that. May Allah protect you and your families, and thank you for the opportunity to speak to you for a few short minutes here. And congratulations, teachers, and to your principal, to your entire staff, for graduating your first class. By the way, you have a special place here. First graduating class is a big deal. Correct? First graduating class? No? Okay, I'm mistaken. You still have a special place here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.